All right, welcome in. AJ's Talk Sports. What's going on? Podcast, YouTube, check me out. Thank you for all your new subscribers. 582 to be exact. We're 18 away from getting that 600, so keep on sharing, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. So we got some UFC news before we get into UFC Fight Night. Blanchfield versus Barber. So off the top of the dome piece, I've been watching and looking at social media. There has been some rumors. There's a petition going around, so that is not a rumor. Don't know if there is going to be a fight yet for Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. Every time I go onto social media via Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere I go, there's that petition there to strip Jon Jones of his title and to give it to the interim title for Tom Aspinall. Now, I don't know what your thoughts are. Please let me know. But Tom Aspinall, up-and-comer heavyweight, looks really good out from England. Really like the guy. He's a really fast striker. He's fast. He's good on the ground. He's good on his feet. He's got submission skills. He's got everything. Almost like a Cain Velasquez from back in the day. Free Cain, by the way. Free Cain. All right, so Jones is out in Thailand or something. There's videos of him with a bunch of dudes like swimming in a pool and all that stuff. I don't know if that's gay or not, but he's probably just a bunch of his buddies or whatever, met a bunch of people. He's on vacation, living his best life, he says on social media. He's doing all the stuff outside of the country. He's not training. He's not doing anything. He's just having fun out there. I don't know why. I guess he just thinks that he got the title and can just hold on to it forever. I don't know if he's training. I know he's not in the States. I don't know when he's coming back to the States. And apparently he's told Dana White that what his plans were, and I guess Dana's fine with it and just letting him hold off. When's the last time he fought? Before November when he fought Stipe? I don't know. I have to look at that, but I'm sure you guys know because you guys are better than me because I'm not really good at all kinds of researching on data and all that stuff. So, is Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones going to fight at all this year or next year? I don't think it's going to happen. I have no clue. Is it just propaganda that's out there by Jones and he's just messing with everybody and he'll come back and all of a sudden fight? I don't know. According to Chael Sonnen says that Jones can fight anywhere, anytime, anybody and beat him, which I don't disagree with that. But Tom Aspinall could be the big X factor on that. So I actually think if there's anybody that's going to beat Jon Jones, I think Tom Aspinall is that guy. He is that dude. But let's just get the fight going. Dana, what did Jon Jones tell you? Dana White has never said anything about this. Is Jon Jones just talking shit out of his ass? Is he actually meaning what he's saying? Did he actually tell Dana what he was going to do and what his plans are this year or next year or whatever is going on? It's all up in the air. People on Reddit, everybody on social media is all pissed off and in an uproar about this Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones shows. I don't know what's going on. And he's not getting any younger. What is he, 37? He's only like 3 years younger than me. So he might see this young up-and-comer could take him out, and he's like, "Nah, I'm just going to chill and until Dana White takes my title away from me," which is pretty smart if you think of a Jones side. But I'm going to go into that too much. What we're going to do is UFC news, Tom Aspinall, Jon Jones. I don't know what's going on, just to let you know. Unedited version of AJ's Talk Sports every single UFC fight week. Let's go. You know I don't edit. I go top of the dome piece and just let it roll. Let it roll, baby. Anyway, taking a look at June's fights. I know I've done better on my horse racing bets than I've done on my UFC fights so far this year. I got the exacta on the Derby. I got the winning horse on the Preakness. And then here's the Belmont Stakes coming next weekend if you guys want to do that. For all my MMA bets and all those guys that want to do betting and all that stuff, the Belmont Stakes is next Saturday. All right. For UFC 316, which I'm trying to parlay into that with some horse racing and UFC 316. Who is that? I always mess this dude's name up. So Volshevi, I screw his name up all the time. But O'Malley, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Saturday night. And that is in Lafayette Street in Nottingham. Oh, no, it's Newark. Why did I say? I thought it said Lafayette. I thought it was New Orleans. But it's Newark, New Jersey at Prudential Center, June 7th. Then we have another one going back to back to back to back in June. Stacked cards. Usman versus Buckley in Atlanta at State Farm Arena. Looking forward to that one. And then here local, if you're here in the Dayton area, up in at Hobart Arena, there's the EGO fight series up in Troy at Hobart. If you're around here, I don't know if you are or not. I want to go to it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. And then a week after that, on June 21st, UFC Fight Night, Jamal Hill versus Roundtree. And this is going to be a good one. And this one is actually way out in Azerbaijan. It's the Baku Crystal Hall out in who knows where, but it's out there, not in America. Okay. So Saudi Arabia or something, probably, sounds like. And then June 28th, to finish off June stacked fight cards for the whole entire month. UFC 317, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira in Vegas. I don't think it's UFC Apex. It's going to be, it might be a UFC Apex. I am not sure. I don't have it marked here. But I'm really excited about this. The whole June month is going to be freaking sick. Hopefully you get your bets in and listen to your boy and win some monies, boy. Are you ready? UFC Fight Night Pick'em Show with AJ on AJ Let's Talk Sports. And here we go. UFC Fight Night Blanchfield versus Barber. Taking a look at the very first fight. It is Ryan dos Santos. I think they're switching the Santos Argelian fight, the women's strawweight, with Oki and Aswell. Because when I look at BetMGM, the Oki and Aswell fight is first. So we'll do that one. And we're just going to go down the list for the UFC Fight Night show on this Saturday. My mind went blank. Sorry about that. So May 31st, the prelims start at 6 o'clock. And this right here on Bet, according to BetMGM, and I do have it popped up on there, so I got a free no sweat bet. So I'm going to make that on the whole card. The 11-legger, baby. Ooh! Just give them your monies. Just give them your monies. But anyway, Aswell versus Oki. So Aswell is at a plus 275. Oki from Belgium is at a minus 350. Give me Aswell. Do you want to take a look at him? Do you want to break it down even further? Because I really don't want to go too crazy. We'll just do this. The Texas Kid, the first fight here. 10-2, 5 wins by knockout, 2 first-round finishes. Taking a look at his fight history here. I don't see anything with his fight history. He might be making his debut. Let's take a look. No, he fought on ESPN. No, it is his UFC debut. Coming off the Contender Series, Season 8. Back in Episode 3, August 27th of last year. Now, Aswell Jr. lost a 3-round split decision to Bogdan Grad, but Dana gives him an opportunity here on the very first fight on the prelims. Turned pro just a couple years ago. Like I said, 5 wins, 2 first-round finishes, has won 3 of his last 4. 75% isn't that bad. He's a 5-1 amateur record. I don't really know much about him, but he's from Texas. Everything's big in Texas, boys, so you gotta go with Aswell. What's really weird is on this ESPN bet site, they have him favored, but over on the BetMGM, they have him at a plus 275. So get that monies when you can at plus 275. And this is the start of the first 3-leg parlay that I do. First 3-leg parlay. Aswell. Now we're going to go with Dos Santos and Alice Artelian. I'm pretty sure Artelian. So at BetMGM, Santos is a minus 275. Artelian is a plus 220. So I'm picking Dos Santos on this one. Taking a look. She's coming off some back-to-back losses coming into the UFC. Both fighters have. They've both lost. And these are 2 split decisions that could have went either way. But Dos Santos is trying to stay in the UFC on this one. They're Brazilian. And let's take a look. 2 wins by knockout, 8 by submission, 7 armbar, and a rear naked. Turned pro back in 2015. All right, now I got Santos. So we got Aswell, Santos. Now we're going to the catchweight bout. For some reason, I guess they made it a catchweight. And that is going to be Trevin Giles and Andreas Gustafsson. So according to, there's no odds on this ESPN bet, but according to BetMGM, Jesus, my internet must suck. So minus 170 for Gustafsson, and then at plus 140 for Giles. I always pick the American. I don't know why. I always do, even though as a plus 140, which is going to be a close fight. Supposedly the ETA on that fight is going to be a 7:45, so it's before the main card. The main card didn't start at 9. So give me Giles. And then we're going to go in Nascimento versus Filo. These are two Brazilians. This is kind of a pick'ems fight as well. Nascimento is at minus 150 and Filo is at plus 125. So give me Nascimento. So now we're the fight right into before the main card. So we had that one, and then this is the last the last fight on that second 3-legger. So Vieira is really good, the Brazilian at plus 110. Chason is minus 135. Macy, I think her name is Macy Chason. She's really good. So both of these fighters are really good. I've seen both of them, and they're pretty intense. So I'm kind of wondering, that BetMGM has me bouncing around all over the place. This is taking me into the main card. But we got the Viejo one. We're supposed to do Hollowball versus Leavitt, and I'm going to do Hollowball at plus 180. We're going to go ahead and do that. Then we're going that Filo and Nascimento. I'm bouncing do this UFC, the fight card on here, which is in order to when the fights are supposed to be. I keep bouncing around over to BetMGM and then the UFC, and it's like jacking me all up. It's kind of pissing me off. So I just got to go off this UFC fight card. So Hollowball, I'm going to pick him. And then Nascimento, I'm going to pick him. Now we're going into the main fight. Main card here in middleweights. So Zachary Reese versus Dusko Todorovic. I don't even know if that's how you spell it. Todorovic. I guess that's how you do it. And Reese is at a minus 250 according to BetMGM. And then what in the world is going on with this? And then Todorovic is at the Serbian is at plus 200. So Reese minus 250. Give me him all day, every day. And then we're going to take a look at Zachary Reese in the middleweights. Nicknamed the Savage. Taking a look at his fight history. He lost to Bekaev. He won against Daniel Medina. And then he won against Marquez. So these are good matchups, good wins. He did get the knockout back in June. He got knocked out in the first round with 3 minutes and 4 seconds. So hoping to bounce back off that loss. But he is in the main card. He does look good. He's out of Texas as well. Fights out of Houston. Turned pro just a few years ago in 21. 5 wins by knockout, 2 by submission, and he has a guillotine and an armbar. He's finished 7 of 8 wins on the first round. So look for him to come out aggressive and get this dub. Submitted the Ultimate Fighter alum Aaron Phillips in 35 seconds back in February a couple years ago. All right. Now let's take a look at the next one. We're going with the one we were talking about, Vieira versus Chason. Macy Chason. Vieira is at a plus 100. Chason is at a minus 120. I believe Chason is coming out of... doesn't she fight with Poirier? I think they came out of the same place out there in New Orleans, in Louisiana. But I might be mistaken. But taking a look at Chason, she did win her last fight against Silva with doctor stoppage. She won against Kianzad via submission. Her last loss wasn't until September 10th of 2022. But from 22 to 24, she must have taken some time off, or I believe she was injured. I think she had a bad injury or something. So she got knocked out September 10th of 2022. That was the last time she lost. But she's on a tear right now. She looks like a beast, bro. Like, she's built right. She's built good. She can work in the clinch. She can do some dirty boxing. She can stand up with you. And she can also submit you as well. So she's going to get you with punches, or she's going to submit you. She can do it anywhere she wants to. Now, Vieira is really tough too. You want to take a look at Vieira? Just take a look at Vieira. I see if I can pronounce her nickname here. Fenomeno Kalen Vieira. That one dude that's not the buffer guy, but the other guy. I think he's probably going to do the Vegas one. He must be like Spanish or something, because he's really good at that. But anyway, so we're looking at her. She lost to Harrison, but pretty much everybody loses to Harrison, and she fought Kianzad as well and beat her back in July of 23. So both fighters, Chason and Vieira, has beaten Kianzad. And then she actually lost to Raquel Pennington via split decision back in January 14th of 2023. So she just coming off a loss of a unanimous decision against Harrison. So she went the distance with Harrison, which is impressive. So it just shows how tough she is. So this is a pick'ems fight, man. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be a close one. But I really think the American's going to get it. Macy's going to get the win. She's at a minus 120. Get her all day, every day. But I'd say if this fight goes 3 times, it'll probably be a split, and then whoever wins the next one. That's how close these fights are. Now, going into light heavyweight, Dustin Jacoby versus Bruno Lopez. And you know what I do, and you know how I pick it. But Jacoby's at a minus 200, and Lopez is at a plus 165. And let's take a look at Dustin Jacoby. And I know if you were looking at YouTube and all that stuff, you saw his freaking savage fights. He's a freaking beast, bro. Slinging and bringing the heat. The Hanyak. I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, please let me know in the comments. Dustin Jacoby, Hanyak. The Hanyak. Hanyak. I don't know what that is. But anyway, so he did get the win against Petrino. He got the loss against Reyes. Reyes is a freaking beast too. I don't know where he's at. Where's he at in the light heavyweight division? Dominic Reyes, where are you, bro? He did just get the win, though. He's probably on a fight card here this year. I don't even know it. But then he lost against Blanchfield. So his last win was his last win. But before that, he's coming off of multiple losses. And then he finally got a win back in 2023. So in 2023, he fought 3 times, and he only won once. In 2024, he fought twice and only won once. So he's only like 50-60% right now. So hopefully Jacoby can get it going and get that dub. And he's coming and to get that multiple wins in a row, get that winning streak. So I think he's going to do it. He's at a minus 200. So he's going to take out Lopez. That's what I'm saying. That's what he's doing. And in the welterweight fight coming before, here's a couple of them. I think they got 6. They're doing a 6 on the main card. I don't like when they do that, but Dana, it's cool. Whatever. You own the UFC. So Billy Ray Goff versus Ibrahimaj. So these are 2 Americans. According to this, Goff is at a minus 360. And then Ramiz is at a plus 285. So I'm going to go ahead and go. You can't go against a dude named Billy Ray. If you're a UFC fighter and you're coming in and your name's Billy Ray, you're probably a badass. Just saying. So he won back in May. No, he lost. No, he lost to Waters, unanimous decision. But he did beat that Japanese dude, Kinoshita, back in August of 26 to 23. So he's only fought once a year. He needs to get off of that and start winning more. But Billy Ray turned pro in 2019, 7 wins by knockout, 4 first-round finishes. He's won 7 of his last 8, looking really good. He owns wins over Robson Gracie Jr., Sean Lally, Gary Balletto Jr., and Justin Sumter. So he's trying to get out of the prelims, move his way up into the main card, which he is, and I think Billy Ray gets the win, and he's going to get the knockout. I think they're going to get the finish. I would like to know what the over-under is for the main card for finishes. I'm going to go 2. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. You think there's going to be more than 2 finishes in the main card? Because that'd be pretty cool. I like that. But Billy Ray gets the win. Going into lightweight, our co-main event, Gamrot versus Klein. I tried to find Ludovic Klein, the Slovakian, at a plus 136. I tried to find him on the UFC 5 fights with the fighters, but I could not. So the highlights that you're watching It's Gamrot versus some other dude, and I don't know who he is. But he was really good. He actually was pretty good. So the Polish power monster. And I saw some highlights on him as well on YouTube yesterday. I was trying to do my research like I usually do. So Gamrot, dude, with that one fight against, I can't remember his name. I think it's just like his last fight. Arukian or whatever his name is. I can't even think of his name. I'm so stupid. Oh, yeah, Sarukian. Yeah, Sarukian. This was back in June 25th of 2022, but the highlight of that fight was freaking insane, bro. If you can watch that and see the highlights of that and the ground grappling on that match, it was freaking tough. Dude, they were going everywhere, and Gamrot's cardio is so underappreciated. It's crazy. I think Gamrot is pretty insane. He did lose to Hooker back in August, but that was a split decision. Could have went either way. Gamrot versus Dos Anjos. That went to a split decision. Could have went either way, but I don't know. It was unanimous decision. So he's 1-1 back in 2024. How did he do in 2023? I'll tell you. Went undefeated. He beat Fiziev, and that guy is a freaking beast. Gamrot beat. I didn't even know that Fiziev, the stand-up boxer guy that's really fast. Gamrot beat him via KO. In 2 minutes in the second round. Yeah, he's getting the win. I don't care. I saw that stat. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he fought Fiziev. Yeah, give him the win, boys. I'm just letting you know that. The Polish power king is coming out. Turned pro back in 2012. 8 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. He's got a key lock. If you know jiu-jitsu, you know what that is. I do not. 2 heel hooks, a guillotine, and a Kimura. 3 first-round finishes. Has won 7 of his last 9 and 3 of his last 4. 75% so far in his past four fights. So simple math right there. So that's pretty good. Make it about 83 or something. What is it? 83.3 repeating? If he wins, I'm not sure. But he's the number 7 lightweight, bringing in this guy named Klein from Slovakia. It's unranked. So all pressure on Gamrot, but he's going to get that win. And he's going to take it to the ground and probably going to TKO the dude. All right, now we're taking a look at the women's flyweight bout, number 4 versus number 5, Erin Blanchfield out of New Jersey, Macy Barber out of Sacramento. So it's Cali versus Jersey. Blanchfield is at a minus 238. Barber is at plus 195. Now, I have the fight here of the simulation, and I'm Macy Barber because I think she's going to get the win. But if you see those stats, at the end of this fight, Blanchfield tried to take me down, and this is on normal. I don't fight legendary. I don't go crazy like that. I don't like losing. I like getting wins. So I fight normal or hard, and I fought Erin Blanchfield normal with Macy Barber coming out of the blue. So I did it just like they were supposed to be doing it. Erin Blanchfield on the red side, Barber on the blue side, coming out, and Macy Barber is really good in the clinch. I found out on this UFC 5 game. So she's actually really good in the clinch. And she stuffed Blanchfield's takedowns a few times, but Blanchfield tried to take me down 14 times in 2 rounds. So if that has anything to do with that Saturday night fight, look for Blanchfield to just take it down. What Barber needs to do, I know I've been hearing that Barber's takedown defense is really bad. I just hope she can. If she does get taken down, she needs to get right back up, bounce off her butt, get right back on her feet, and do some damage. Because it's going to make Blanchfield think twice. Watch for uppercuts and knees in the middle to try to stop Blanchfield. Watch out for the clinch. But I think Barber's strong enough to not let Blanchfield come into the clinch and take her down. But that's just my opinion. I really like Macy Barber. She's tough. She's gritty. Bite down on a mouthpiece. Sling and just take your ass out. And I love that. I like watching fighters like that. I don't want to see some boring person try to take you down and lay on top of you to try to get a submission. You got to finish the fights. And we're going to go ahead and look at Blanchfield first. So, cold-blooded is her name. 13-2 record. She just won against Rose Namajunas. But Namajunas is getting older. I don't want to say anything about that. But she did lose to Farhat. I don't freaking Minot. Just want to say Minot, the French lady that fought Valentina Shevchenko. So she lost to her, but Blanchfield did go the distance with her unanimous decision. And then she won against Santos. This is just the past 3 fights. So Blanchfield's pretty tough. Out of New York, fighting out of New York, but I think she's out of New Jersey. And turned pro back in 2018. 2 wins by knockout. She got 4 submissions. Guillotine, Americana, Kimura, and rear naked choke. I wonder what the stat is for how many. I think she... Wasn't she the one that was the first woman fighter to ever get an Americana in the octagon? I think that was true. That just happened recently. But 3 first-round finishes. Has won 10 of her last 11. She was 4-1 in Invicta. Owns wins over Kay Henson and Victoria Leonardo. Lone loss back in 2019 was a split decision against Tracy Cortez. So it's looking pretty good for her. That's all I got to say. But her first fight was back in September 18th of 2021. Blanchfield won a 3-round unanimous decision against Sarah Alper. So it's going to be tough for me. It just depends on how everything depends on Macy Barber's takedown defense and her cage work. How good is Macy Barber's cage work if Blanchfield takes her to the clinch and takes it to the cage? Can she get back up if taken back down? And you got to watch out for Blanchfield's subs because she's going to get you. She's going to get your arm or she can get your neck or get your leg. It doesn't matter. She's going to try to submit you. So Barber needs to keep it standing. Let's take a look at Barber. Macy Barber, Macy the Future Barber. She's 14-2 as well. And taking a look at her fight history. She won against Sarminara, and then she won against Ribas. She won against Lee. Lee's kind of pretty. Back in March of 25th. Wonder what happened to Lee. Where you at, Lee? Anyways, so she's on a freaking tear, boys. Let's take a look at this right now. At the Sacramento fighter. Turned pro back in 2017. 6 wins by knockout, 2 by sub. She got an armbar and a rear naked. She's on a 6-fight winning streak. 3 first-round finishes. So, Macy doesn't play no games. She's cute. I'll take her out to dinner if she wanted to. Probably Olive Garden or something. But other than that, she'd probably say no. Anyways, I got Macy Barber. So, we're going to go ahead and take a real quick look. I'm going to see if I can do this here. While we're on here, I'm going to unedit this. So we're going to go ahead and try to see how much monies is the picks for the whole entire 11 card here. So we got Giles, Nascimento, we got Chason, we got Reese, we got Goff, we got Jacoby, we got Gamrot, and then we got Barber. So for $10, it's not as high as I thought it would be, but it's still up there. So if you do the whole 11-leg parlay for the whole entire fight for UFC Fight Night, Barber versus Blanchfield, $10 gets you almost $13,000. That's probably what I'll do the no sweat bet because I'll get it right back. So that's $13,000. And if you hit, you hit. If you don't, you get your money back. Do your no sweat bets on BetMGM, and that's how you do it. But that's just me. But anyway, so hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Oh, there's another thing that I was going to say before I leave. The Ultimate Fighter Season 33 is out right now, and I totally forgot about it. And didn't even watch it last night, but I am going to watch it tonight after I get off this. So, love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.